Okay. I decided, I'm just gonna go for the risk. Oh, risk taker. I'm gonna just, have the files saved on the external hard drive instead of transferring them over because just just to do one would take like twice as long as it would take like 40 minutes to transfer all these gigs over probably. Maybe not. Maybe it would take maybe 15 minutes, but yeah. Oh well, screw it. And then when I'm done actually recording this session, I'll just transfer all of them over to my hard drive and I'll just label them like part 8, part 9. But I'm trying to record enough in this session so even if I don't play for a week, I'll still have enough. Even though I'm trying to finish this game before the order comes out, which comes out in like almost a month exactly. So I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. I know Act 4 is short, and I think Act 1 is a so yeah. I don't. I'm not saying I'm not far into this game. I'm probably maybe like a fourth almost, because the last act is really short. It's just cutscenes. Actually, this whole game is cutscenes. Whatever. My morning alarm goes off, and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. This is about my health after all. Sure, things have been great lately for me, but it doesn't mean my existence is so intolerable. Then I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over the thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Emily has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just what the hell does she come down here anyway? Wait, just what the hell does she come down here? Oh, when? I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's you! I'm surprised to see you again. Why is that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She found seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. I shrug, and it suddenly appears that she's forgotten what she was talked about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. So come on, man. What? You're here to run again, right? No, I'm just here to say hi and leave. Well, yes. So come on. I found myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. This would have been actually motivational when I was running track. Seeing all this green shrubs. Man, around my track was like a desert. It was sand. It was depressing. Oh, I thought I heard the door slam. See, oh man, I thought it was my neighbors for a second, but I'm not sure. Also, that's fact. I'm also very, very paranoid. That's just something about me. Yeah, let me sit down on my bed, get my ass comfy. Literally, get my ass on my bed comfortably. Okay. Things seem to be set. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find enviable. It's incredible bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is what I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Okay, no. Here is my biggest problem with. Well, I don't really have a lot of problems with this game, but you can only go after one girl, and I'm okay with that. But it seems like every girl in this game, it's really distinct on who you're going for. Like some routes are easy. Like obviously if you spend more time with Shai and Misha in the student council, you have more chances with them. If you spend more time with, Hanako and Lily, you have more time with them. But Emmy, like, this one choice decides it. So even if you want someone else, if you say go for it, you are automatically gonna go for her route. And I did not enjoy that. For me, will I be able to do more? It seems to me like this was a question like, you know what, this is good for my health. I should do this anyway. it didn't seem like it was an Emmy specific route, which is why when I first played this, I said I wanted to go with Hanako, but I got Emmy because I said, you know what, I can do this, go for it. So take it easy. It was just really, it kind of pissed me off that it wasn't that defined. Like, yo, you're going with Emmy. I let Emmy go with her own pace, and she doesn't show any mercy, pulling half a leap ahead of me in an instant. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really putting any sort of real fight out here, is it? Instead, I'm just running at a steady pace, which is what I should be doing, right? I'm trying to justify it. Yeah, I am. There's no need to go pushing my limits at this stage of the game. God, is this even worth it? As we finish the second lap, I break off. Emmy keeps going, and it almost seems like to me she's disappointed. Well, that's stupid. I guess I'm not getting any anal lemon time with her anytime soon. Well, that's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I've got nothing to prove to myself either. I'm just fine the way I am, minus the, the heart thingy. And what I am is not a runner. And what I'm not is a runner. Whatever. This is probably a bad idea. No. It was a good idea. You need to get some exercise, even if it's just walking. Yo. Man, my pets, like, they alert me to everything, like a mailman, a dog walking by, a squirrel on a tree, and it's a neighbor, he's getting the paper. Like, they always alert me to everything. It's really unsettling. And sometimes they're not even alerting me, they're just saying hi, which is annoying, because they use the same chirp as hi as chirp as an intruder. Getting up this early sucks anyway. There's gotta be some kind of way to keep healthy, and I need to take my shirt off, it's getting too hot. Much better. Great, now it's too cold. Shit, I can't get, I'm stuck in the middle. Wait, I got a robe, don't I? Yeah, dude, where is it? I sometimes sleep on my robe or use it as a pillow. Oh, here it is. Getting up this early sucks anyway. There has to be some way to keep healthy. Walking. Nice afternoon walks. So I'm still putting on my robe, so I'm kind of distracted. Yeah, that sounds good. Running isn't for me. I waved to Emmy and head back to my room. I'll think of something else later. When's the last time I watched this? I don't remember. It feels kind of weird. I need to watch this, definitely. Back in my room, the first thing I see is a familiar row of medication bottles lined up on top of my dresser, and it makes me depressed, as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. I thought I had my peace with this thing. Gotten over it. But I really did. I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight it just hurts. Reflecting on it is only going to do so much. I've done this before, for months. It seems like it's time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be long as those of others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it is a life in progress. That is how I rationalize it. I ate down the usual handful of pills, trying to push the certain jury feeling out my head, then I prepared to head out to class as usual. As I stepped into the hallway, I noticed Kenshi coming around the hallway cornerly, stealthily, making his way over to his own room with a large bag. As he sneaks past me, it sounds like a ninja hiding in plain sight. I call out to him. Hey! He jumps at the sound of my voice. Oh, hey man, I didn't notice you there. I'm really tired. I think it's more like he didn't see me, but that's not the issue. Where have you been this early? Shopping? No, I wasn't shopping. Sometimes I have to visit the math teacher. Yeah, I figured it would be a good idea to find out what the next exam is, since he tells you in advance if you want. So then, what's in the bag? I thought I'd go shopping when I was... What? You just said you... Kenji, man. I thought I'd go shopping while I was outside. I need supplies to continue the fight against the vast feminist conspiracy. Okay. I thought you didn't go outside. I wear a hat now. I decided not to take point that he's. I decided not point out he's not wearing a hat. An awkward silence settles between us, and then Kenji breaks it by pushing his door open slowly, releasing a creaking sound to the air that makes only the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room, then closes the door. I'm surprised you went out of your way to find out a test date. Trying to make advantage of an opportunity to study is pretty diligent. I never study. Oh. I just want to know when the next test day was. I'm still going to take it, duh. I need to know it so I know what day I can't afford to skip class. He usually sends out updates on that crap by phone, so I had to step out and check up on it. And why do you have to go out when you can get it on your phone? I don't carry a phone. That's right, man. Stay out of the system, out the grid, baby. Also, I saw Terminator Salvation, the fourth one. I hadn't seen it before. That shit was terrible, man. They need to stop making movies. Like, stop making it for money. If you can't make a good movie, just don't make it at all. What do you mean you don't carry your phone? You mean you just leave it at home? Nah, I don't use phones. I don't have a phone. Phone? I have no phone. Why don't you have a phone? How can you not have a phone? No phone at all? No phone? I just don't like phones. Actually, I'm kind of scared of them. I don't know why. I think it's some kind of repressed trauma. Were you beaten with a phone? Basically, when I hear a phone, I get nervous. It's my darkest secret. Well, not a secret anymore, really. I have two theories on it. Either I have some fear of receiving some undefined, ominous, life-altering doom call, 7 days, or I was... Oh, Kenji, man, we could be friends in real life. Just kidding, you'll probably fucking annoy me. Shit. Or I was beaten with a phone in the past. Beaten so badly I can't remember it. Beaten in the head? Well, where else could I get beaten with a phone that would make me unable to remember? The ass? Oh, Kenji. Unexpectedly, logically, I feel very depressed. Sensing that this conversation is more or less over, Kenji opens the door and prepares his head inside. Yeah, I'm going to sleep, dude. Have a good one. Class is going to start in like 20 minutes. I already did something today. Too tired to go to school. Hey, you need some lip balm? I accidentally bought 2 because I thought the store had started selling individual AA batteries. Thanks, but no thanks. Whatever, man. I would have taken it. Shit. He swiftly enters his lair, finally letting me go to class. For a change, I'm not among the first ones that come to class. I'm not among the first ones that come to morning class. It said almost everyone seems to be here already. I recognize most of the class by the faces by now, though the names still escape me. Man, don't feel bad, Hasao. Shit. Man, after each year, I still only knew like 4 names. And I still don't know who the name belonged to, shit. And they were like simple names like John, Marie, Chris, like the most basic ass names. If your name was like Latasha, like shit. I have a bad memory, man. I know your face though, but names are a different story. I hate words. It's just not obvious right now. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I haven't even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive. The first days I was pretty high-strung in class. Mewtwo finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival. So as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Punks, have a good time, but also come Sunday. Please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds. Games and fun food. Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Ha ha ha. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I... The meaning of a sentence is beneath the ring of the lunch bells. Everyone starts packing their things. Mewtwo deliberates for a minute, but since almost nobody seems to be paying attention anymore, he gets up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as the hallways in the school probably can get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Hasao! I'm gonna make you a one-time only, super extra special lunch offer. It is homemade lunch boxes and the privilege to enjoy them in private with 2 bombshell beauties. Her overly flirtatious sales pitch echoes in the hallway, and remarkable feat descends is full of people. Amy strikes a very confident-looking pose as well as an attempt to one-up her own ridiculous, puffing her very modest chest and making the V for victory sign with her hand. Sounds delicious. What do I have this honor of being invited? You sit there really lost and so sad, so I thought you could use some company. You know. This is probably the most depressing reason imaginable. So how about it? You're probably really lonely and would like to eat that awful cafeteria food all alone otherwise. I'm kidding. Sure, I'll have your lunch offer. With pleasure. Let's go to the roof. The roof? Why the roof? The roof is on fire. Because that's where we eat lunch. Okay guys, after this scene, I'm gonna have to stop, man. My throat is starting to hurt. And I can't do this shit, especially with a voice like this. Because that's where we eat lunch. And if I don't get up there, then she'll probably run off. And then I know she'll go hungry because she never packs lunch for herself. Who will? Come with me if you want to live. Without asking my question or waiting for a response, she grabs me by the arm and drags me through the hallways. I attempt to make conversation on the way. Why do you have an extra lunch? Emmy smiles guiltily. Actually, it's yesterday's lunch. I slept in ruin our lunch and forgot to eat it. Huh? How do you forget lunch? That's the best meal of the day, after breakfast. The stairway to the roof is a little... The stairway to the roof looks pretty damn old, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that removed the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. Suddenly, a tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Eek! Hello. 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 There you go, that sounds good. Yikes, you scared me, Ren! Wait, isn't she... Hello. Noticing that Ren is speaking to me, Emmy looks curiously at me. You two know each other? I look confusingly at Emmy. She's that friend of yours? Ren has turned her gaze toward the clouds drifting above the school. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy. The awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds till Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I invited herself for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does that mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch? Neither. I have food free. Man, it's hard to go from high to low again. And I can't remember what it sounded like. Nice thinking. Perfect, there we go. They walked to the other side of the roof while I stayed at this clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There's no one else here. I guess the roof is not as popular as it is in other schools. A few run-down benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebble covering the roof rattled beneath our feet. I peek through the chain link fence to look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby. Somehow when I look towards the town center, the small town feel strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. I'll be honest, I don't know what that word means. The hectic lifestyle of a big metropolis seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depends on it, or get their senses overloaded by the neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine. Looking at my hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly, I haven't had the time to think about it. Well, how I feel about it. When I stare out the shadows of the clock tower to open up, I feel warmth touching my back. The sun shines from a perfectly clear cerulean sky. I don't know why I feel like playing Pokemon now. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to just a few weeks ago. Emmy settles on the bench with Ren in tow and produces one big and two small lunch boxes from her bag. Let me guess who gets the big one. Come on, Sal, what are you waiting for? She expected me to join them, making room on this already small bench. I sit myself on the corner of the bench to take as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. Impressive view. Emmy suppresses a giggle and places the lunchbox in front of Rim and hands another lunchbox to me. Here you go, lunch as promised. Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really great. Thanks, I made it myself, but I can. Conversation dies off as I set about my business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I'm in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? I can't decide if I'm getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing, either. Doesn't getting used to this place mean I'm giving up on being a normal person? Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about others around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emmy tearing into her lunch as if I had insulted her ancestors. You seem pretty hungry. Amy looks up, mouth half full and swollen before nodding. My morning one always works up an appetite. Which is great because when I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure. What would happen if you lose it? Would you become a man? I barely nearly choke on my lunch trying not to laugh. It's a figure of speech. Does your figure have to run in the morning too? Do you always talk like this? Talk like what? Talk like what? Like what? I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I sort of think of all the small talk and settle on the obvious question. How'd you two meet? Rin seems to content to let Amy answer this question. So in the housing department thought that we complement each other well, so we're assigned rooms next to each other. My voice is failing me. I can't do this high pitch anymore. Complement each other. Like shoes and a suit. Huh? Amy giggles at my confusion. Put us together, we got all the limbs. Get it? Ah. So I started helping Ren get ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. I see. Ren chooses this moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. Right, that seems fairly obvious. Really? Kind of. This isn't helping, but at least Amy seems to find the whole thing funny. That combined with the fact that Ren is generally curious makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms, so putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking now. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Rin nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner. I see. So true, so true. The conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emily finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise. Ah, that was good. As she blurted herself for cleaning up her lunch, Rin speaks up. I'm thirsty. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Sorry. What a floor. She reaches into her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. She tosses me one that appears to be cranberry juice, one to one that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with pink color scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch to herself. Rin dexterously stabs her straw through the top of her box and begins to drink. I once again am impressed how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think either Emmy or Rin are sorts of people to think twice about the way they walk around their particular disabilities. Rin especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's a conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So, Hassan, how do you like being out here? It's quite nice actually. I like high places for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch too. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own here. No lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks more mock offended. Trying to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve! Hee. Well, if that's your answer, I guess Rin and I will just eat lunch all alone. I'm suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rendered puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emmy pouts. Kidding, I just noticed they both have green eyes. One is like a bright, clear, bright green eyes, and hers is a murky, dark green eyes. I just noticed that. Kidding! I was kidding. I'd love to eat lunch up here again. Good location, the company's okay too. Emmy finds out my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I guess this makes us friends now. Or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs. Rin, you didn't finish your lunch again. I wasn't that hungry. If you don't eat anymore, you're gonna fade away. Rin shrugs if this is an acceptable risk. Come on, we better get going. The three of us head downstairs together. The afternoon class passes. Once again, I found myself without a plan for something to do at school, so I head to the library to return a couple of the books I finished reading. Walking inside, I see there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday, all the more evident from the almost total silence enveloping the room. Let's save again. How long have I? 4 hours. Okay. Foot and mouth. But yeah, man.